From the deep, dark reaches of Star Trek Online comes Nikodas, Tabbytha, and Grebog with another episode of Fleet Action Report.
Hello, and welcome to Fleet Action Report, the show where we don't hit the game, but we teach you how to play the game kindly.
And that was our hitter Nikodas, and I am Tabbytha, and up next is Grebog. Yo, you've got me all fucked up.
I'm the pinch hitter, or I don't know. Anyway, computer run program, Fleet Action Report, episode 256, boldly going where angels fear to tread.
I apologize. I apologize, but the conversation that we had right before you did the countdown was... I had to put it in there.
Yeah, I know. Being here, support enough to listen to our antics, and putting up with whatever our antics might be in that night. You can also subscribe here at Twitch. We appreciate all of our subscribers. And if you don't want to give Twitch money, you can go buy us a cup of coffee over at ko-fi.com/GREBOG. Yeah.
I need some coffee.
I'll always need some coffee. So hitter Nikodas, we oh yeah, I did do a copy and paste, didn't I? Sorry. How's your week been? What have you been up to?
Yeah, this has been a weird week. I have not done a whole lot of gaming on really anything. I got my dailies done, and that's about it. Everything else has been schoolwork, and I won't bore our viewers with that. So I will take the torch that you so kindly and generously offered me, and I'm going to smack Tabby in the head with it. So here you go.
Ouch!
Not so hard.
I know, right? Well, I mean, he is a hitter. So if he's the hitter... I think I'm probably the thief and Grebog is the grifter.
There you go.
I mean, I did grift you all into doing this show.
I know, right?
Ain't that the truth?
Well, no, my week's been good. Just been playing STO. I've gotten back into World of Warcraft, and the other night, Grebog and I did some delves, and I, in my raid team, carried me through Undermine Normal. And so I started getting some gear and stuff. So it's nice to be back in there. And of course, I still got Valheim going on. So like, I'm juggling like 3 or 4 games at the moment. So that's fun. But also got me a new phone. I dropped my, I not literally, but like I'm abandoning my iPhone and I'm going back to the Samsung Galaxy. So I was very excited to get my new phone yesterday.
Yay, new phone.
But, new phone! Yeah, but my old one was an iPhone 11 from 2019. So I think it was about time for a new phone.
I would make a joke. I'm doing well. Let's see. I was gonna say I was gonna make a joke, but some people may not understand it. Some people might say thank you for supporting the fatherland or motherland, depending on how. I guess that for this case it'd be the motherland. I know someone that may be Korean, so yeah. They make jokes whenever I talk about having a Samsung device. Thank you for supporting the motherland.
Okay.
I mean, Samsung makes good products.
They do, and their Galaxy phones are really nice. Like mine's not even of the S line. Mine's like the A36.
There.
And like especially compared to the iPhone 11, it's really, really nice.
But we are not a Samsung podcast, though. Hey, Samsung, if you want someone to start up a Samsung podcast, we are available. I know some people that own Samsung devices, And then we could talk about all their interconnectivity and all the neat features that such devices might have. Anyway, my week. Yeah, like Samsung will ever hear this. So that would be hilarious if we get an email at fleetactionreport@gmail.com asking for us to.
I love the way you just kind of slipped that in there.
You know, I'm just being silly. But my week, yeah. So got to run. So in World of Warcraft, they dropped a new sort of step in mini progress. You know, like we got a mini episode and a new TFO. They did some of that a little bit with World of Warcraft, where we got kind of some mini updates, like minor updates, like two of the, like they had Bountiful Delves before. Two of the Bountiful Delves now will be overcharged, and overcharged delves add a little more flair, I guess would be a good way to put it. It's maybe a little more difficult. I don't know that I felt that they felt more difficult, but I also went in on the highest difficulty on my guy that's like way over geared for the delves. So, but they added in a little quest to get people to do the overcharge. You get a really cool belt. So if you're a World of Warcraft player, go check that out. It's worth it. You don't have to do them on the highest difficulty to get the belt. Because we did what, only like a 4 and a 5 for Tabby to get her belt.
Yeah.
So, outside of WoW, my raid team, we killed Heroic Galliwix, which is the end boss of the current raid. So we have ahead of the curve. That was cool. That we did that on Tuesday night. Which means we did a skip. We killed the first boss so you can get to the final bosses, which means we still have all their bosses in the raid. So Friday night, our raid night, will be going back through and killing off the other bosses to get people loot that need the loot from those. Though one could say, since we killed Heroic Galliwix, the end boss, no one really needs the loot because, well, you know, we were able to do it with the loot we had. Anyway,
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
But I've been playing Planet Crafter, looking at some recommendations from Gemini, which actually has made me curious about maybe moving away from ChatGPT over to Gemini. We'll have to see. I was going to tinker with it some because, for those that don't know, I run our outline through ChatGPT to generate a YouTube description, and then I edit it as needed. I might be trying out Gemini to do it next, just to see how it does. But yeah, let's see. Gaming wise, I've been playing SEO, doing my dailies, getting my stuff done. And then STO has had all kinds of fun stuff going on. So for those that don't know, there's a summer event ship that was leaked. If you want to see the leak, just open up the reclaim, which you can find either going through the journal, going to the events, and hitting the reclaim rewards. And then if you go to the ships, there's a new ship listed here called the Federation Intel Hollow Ship, and all the stats and everything are in here. We don't know more. Like, this is almost as much as they're going to give us in a blog post on the stats. So go check it out if you want to know about the ship. It looks interesting. I'll just say that it could be it looks like it could be a pretty good ship. So summer event coming up, don't miss it. This will probably be worth getting. I might make it my new ship for the ones that when I'm going to power level up characters, because it looks like a pretty solid ship. But yeah, leaks. Oops.
Whoops.
There, in other news, there is also a bonus Dilithium event going on until the 24th. 20% discount on ships in the Dilithium store, and what they mean by that is that the ship vendor, the ships that you buy with Dilithium, not actually in the Dilithium store, are on sale. You can also earn bonus dilithium. You get 100% from the Asteroid and Dilithium mine, and 50% bonus from everywhere else. There are also 15 vanity shields inside the Dilithium store, and that actually is the Dilithium store.
Though, to note this time, there isn't a overall discount on Dilithium store items, unlike previous bonus Dilithium events. So, that's interesting.
Nope, just the ships, and they're not even in the Dilithium store.
Yeah.
Which I always find funny when they put that down. There is also a Phoenix Prize Pack event going on now until June 26th. If you go to Drozana or DS9, you can get a free Phoenix Prize Pack every day. This is a one a day, not a one per character per day, just one. So get it on the character you want. They also added a new ship to, well, they added a few things to the Phoenix store. They added a new ship, the Fakiri Store warship. They also added, in the ultra rare, they put the Tholian web spinner array, the holographic Discovery bridge crew, the universal kit module temporal hack, and the universal console reiterative structural capacitor, and the kid drone universal kit module. It's worth noting that Grebog just discovered that with the holographic Discovery bridge crew, you only get 2 bridge officers at a time. So to get all of them, you'll have to collect that multiple times.
I'm imagining when you open it, you'll have to pick. Maybe one of us could. Well, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to look sometime.
Wasn't the mud bundle from last week, or is that new?
It was, but the sale is still ongoing. So there's a Unification mud bundle. The sale is still ongoing. You have until the 24th to pick it up at 50% off. The Choice 3 pack is 14,750 Zen, or you have the Mega Bundle at 25,000 Zen. Obviously, only buy this when you are going to get the 50% discount, because otherwise it's too much money. Don't shoot me, Deca. Whether or not you want it is all on you.
The current event is still going on. It'll last until July 2nd. 20 daily completions get you the reward. We don't have 20 days left, however, but you can get a pretty hefty discount on buying it out if you choose to do so. To get those daily completions, you can run the new TFO Devil's Heart or the mini episode, All That Matters. Or All That Matter. Does it have an S on it?
No, I think it's just All That Matter.
All That Matter.
All That Matter. You're right. There is no S on it. There you go. The reward is Kita's Boon set. This is a space set that includes a universal console, Kita's Promise, Kita's Control anti-proton beam array, and Kita's Portal transphasic torpedo launcher. The 2-piece set lets you has drain abilities, heal your hull, and the 3-piece set gives you a AoE subsystem power drain. That includes anti-proton damage and a delayed explosion. I don't know why we want a delayed explosion, but there you go.
All right.
And then we have a link to the Star Trek novel of the same name, Devil's Heart. If there is a connection between that novel and this storyline, we are unsure what it is as of yet.
I have not read the book.
And I haven't either. And here's Grebog with our primary target. Go ahead.
Now, there absolutely is a connection, but they just have not really made the connection clear yet.
Yeah. All right. Primary target. We're going into the Borg Advance. Basically, the Borg have returned, or though I don't know that they really have left. They're advancing. I guess would be a great way to put it. This is a follow-up to their attack on the Vega colony in the original version. It was Q, not to be confused with Q, who set up the first encounter with the Borg. He also made, several appearances throughout the missions, even summoning a second cube during one fight because, our character thought it was too easy. And this starts off with a task force operations mission. This was the way that they introduced us to the Omega Task Force, or as this banner over my head here says, Omega Force. It was a reputation. It still is a reputation. You can still go in. Well, I guess I can't see it because I'm not high enough level. But yeah, it's one of the reputations you have to work on. And so they have you go here and talk to Admiral Devek.
Actually, in the earliest rendition of STO, it was not a reputation, because reputations did not exist when the game first came out. So this was literally your end game. Like, this was the last set of missions that were in the game. And this is where you came to learn about what were STFs back then.
Yeah. Because back then, the STFs were primarily only really... There were some simulation things, but like the fleet ones. But this brought you to the all the Borg STFs,
which were Special Task Force rather than Task Force Operations. They were Special Task Force,
which makes this mission a little confusing because it's still labeled as Task Force Operations.
But it's weird. But I guess they had to change it at some point. Running this, I'm going to run through this little breadcrumb here real quick. We'll just go to DS9.
Well, yeah, I'm also I'm at Devek and ready to listen.
Oh, well, there you go. Stay a while and listen.
I was informed by Starfleet Command that you are eligible for inclusion into Military Assault Command operations, otherwise known as MACO.
MACO.
We are the thin line that separates the
MACO
Federation
set's still pretty
from
cool.
ruination. It is our job to take on the most impossible tasks.
Apparently there's a lot of people on DS9 today.
Special task forces aren't for everyone, but the rewards for those who can complete them are worth the effort.
There we go.
From what I hear, you and your ship are more than up to the task.
And see here, he even references Special Task Force and saying that they're not for everyone. Though that we are, good enough.
We're special.
We've been recommended for the Military Assault Command Operations, aka MACO.
Completing my missions won't be easy, but I and my officers will do all
So
I can to help
you can learn all the stuff.
You will earn the finest weapons and armor that the Alpha Quadrant
Are we ready
has to
for the
offer.
next one?
You will be able to outfit your ship with equipment that will make you the envy of your
Let's see.
fellow officers.
Which
Even
one is the next
personnel
one?
Or resources.
Report on
Darkness.
Borg activities.
Good luck.
Oh, I already did that.
You're going to need it. Do you have any questions?
Borg
Okay.
are located in the Beta Quadrant. A fleet has already begun massing. The Klingon
So,
Defense Force
did
also has
did
a
you
fleet
get the
in area,
voiceover for
and we
Quinn?
have agreed to share
It's going
the
right
systems
now.
of the defense of the Alpha
Okay.
Quadrant. Report immediately to 4 of 10. She is a liberated Borg stationed on the USS Victory.
Wait, no, I
who has
didn't
been
do. I
providing
didn't
us with
do
strategic
report on
information
board
for the
that
fight
on
against
that
the
one.
Collective. The transwarp conduit to Gamma Orionis is in the Beta Quadrant.
Buddy, you just stopped talking.
Did he really?
And it had nothing to do with what this message box so Borg activity has increased noticeably throughout the Beta Quadrant. Our new friends in the Romulan Republic have suggested a disturbing cause for the Borg presence near our borders. Tell Shiar experiments with Borg technologies. Talk to Romulan ambassador on Earth space dock for more information and put a stop to this threat against the Federation. The voiceover says go talk to 4 of 10 on the Victory. That is not the case anymore. So now to head to EST.
So in essence, what's going on here is our allies in the Republic, who we just completed the Romulan mission arc, right? Our friends from over there are like, hey, the Borg are being called to our sector of space because the Romulans, the Romulan Star Empire is experimenting with their technology. So we think they're over here. Go find them.
Which I think in a previous mission, we actually tried to give a crap about Romulans playing with Borg tech. This kind of gives us more reason on why we should care about Romulans playing with Borg tech. Unfortunately, it feels a bit out of order. Because didn't we have that discussion?
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
we did.
I think
One of the Romulan missions.
Beam to station. Can I not beam onto the station, please? There we
Try it
go.
it's being weird.
I mean,
it popped up a window for me where I had to accept, but it showed that you had not accepted.
it was just disappearing for me. But
And there wasn't a countdown. So.
if I was KDF, I'd have to execute my transporter officer.
So actually, this is another breadcrumb mission. So the first one was about the STFs. Now this one is actually for the mission. We have to go talk to the Romulan ambassador, who is right here.
There is no voiceover. Report on Borg activities. Tal Shiar have gone too far. Their experiments with Borg technologies not only put us at risk by provoking a hostile force, but also put all of us at risk for being assimilated. Oh wait, this is, well, Romulan ambassador. Are they Romulan or Vulcan?
Romulan.
But anyway. Oh, I was
So
like,
feel
because
free to
put feeling into it. That's
once
where I
more
started.
with feeling.
Once more with feeling.
Risk for being assimilated if one of their scientists make even one mistake. And will receive the following rewards. That was that mission. Now we should get where angels fear to tread. And this
This one does not have a voiceover, so I need a capable ship and crew to check on reports of Borg activity in the Burgess system. The SS Adelaide II, that's my ship, is more than up to the task, and I know you have previous experience with the Collective. There's no better officer for this task. Stay alert. There have been reports of other ships in that region, including Tal Shiar vessels. The Burgess system is well out of Romulan space. I'd like to know what their purpose is out there.
and accept.
And off we go.
Being that these are a lot of Borg missions, if you have a kinetic weapon,
Once thought to be an unstoppable force.
apparently I've not been out here
Borg dealt a
before.
heavy blow by Catherine Janeway and the crew of the USS Voyager. But the Borg are nothing if not resilient. They retreated.
Oh, Leonard
waited.
Nimoy.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
I
they
clicked the
adapted.
begin button. Shit.
That's
These
okay,
are not the
I'll join you.
nightmare
Are we
forces
all
of the
matching
Plasma.
level?
They are faster.
Probably not.
aggressive,
I'm probably going to
Nope.
get squawked.
remorseless.
No, I'll exit
What
system.
the Borg cannot assimilate, they will destroy.
Oh wait, you've already popped in. YOLO.
Sorry, I was listening to Leonard Nimoy read to me. I mean, I was listening to Spock to read to me.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna die.
Hopefully, I still get credit because I just came in.
Trying to get some distance so the explosions don't blow me up. Alright, we should be able to... Nope, never mind. More enemies come in.
You have compromised the integrity of the collective. Prepare to be assimilated. Resistance is futile.
No, resistance is inevitable.
To any ship in range.
Thank you, 7.
IRW RNA.
Okay,
My
Okay.
ship has been attacked and disabled by the Borg.
match level,
My crew
please.
are being assimilated.
Matching level.
The self-destruct is offline. I have retreated with my surviving officers to the main science lab. If you can hear this, I formally request assistance. If there is no one who can respond to this message, then may we die with honor.
We're on our way, Commander. Oh, gonna bring Bashir.
Basher, yes.
Thank you for coming to
Basher.
our assistance.
Yeah, he recently decided to take up arena fighting and now calls himself Basher.
Several of us have barricaded ourselves in the science lab. We need your assistance to prevent our ship from being assimilated and to
All
save
right,
the rest of
let's
the
go
crew.
find. Okay, so somewhere on this ship, this is where you'll find the temporal probe. And it does not look like there is one for the other two groups in there. So just the temporal agents.
This used to be where you would pick up, I think, a remodulator.
Yeah, now it's hardwired into the game. Yay, sword play! I brought a sword to a Borg
Hold down
fight.
the passage ahead. Use the console in sickbay to override the security protocols.
Thanks to Lore for giving the Borg weapons.
I might actually be using... Nope. I noticed I had dual pistols, and I thought I was using the 7 of 9's weapons.
Oh, that would have been appropriate.
Oh, we got
I'll
like
let you do the talking.
Thank you so much for saving us.
we got like
Tell us
multiple
you are
dot
using
drones
us as
going
test
on here.
subjects in their experiments with Borg technology. Only a few of us survived their investigations. I know that they'll do anything to preserve their empire. And I've seen with my own eyes what they and the Ilachi did to the
So,
outlying colonies.
our notes are dated a little bit. We have go to the RNA, locate the science lab, get frequency remodulators, equip one, release security lockout, and save Romulan Republic prisoners. That's a little dated, clearly.
Well, that's why I put no longer part of mission.
Yeah, I see that. I think that's funny that it's still in there. Well, I mean, that's just from the wiki, though, isn't it?
Get to the lab.
Yeah.
Stop the remaining drones.
All right. Get to the lab and
Going
stop
after
the drones.
Tactical. Yeah, drone. That's the word I was trying to read. And here's the temporal probe. Tabby, you want a minute? I'll stand
Nope.
by and protect you.
Nope.
I won't rush, I promise.
No, I mean, it just takes too long.
But I mean, everyone can see it. Though, as we noted in one of the other missions, sometimes they have multiple locations that they spawn the probe, which means you might have to find it in a slightly different location.
Big,
Which I found
glowing red
fascinating.
spot. Fascinating.
Borg drones incoming.
Fascinating.
Before they reach.
All right.
You know what? You know something that continually eludes me?
Yeah.
Raising one eyebrow. I just cannot do it.
Oh, I can do it.
I wonder how long he had to practice to do that.
It's a matter of just like controlling one. I have to tense one brow and then raise the other one when I do it.
But you practiced, correct?
Yeah, but I can't. I mean, I don't think it took me like a whole lot of practice to do it. It was just like watching Spock do it and be like, hey, I can do that.
Scanners show no further Borg presence aboard. Thank you for your aid.
About like
but I
crossing
must
your
ask
eyes, I
you to
suppose.
return to your ship at once.
What is the plan
We
here,
are
guys?
studying salvaged Borg devices. Bear in mind that this This technology is now the sovereign property of the Romulan Star Empire. My engineers tell me that our engines are online. So your further presence
Are we
going to
be nice to the Romulans today?
Nor desirable.
I mean, we have a Terran.
I advise you to leave and to forget what you have
So,
seen.
I'm not going to be
not.
nice to the Rom. Yeah, I'm not going to be nice.
I mean, if we go with the context of those previous things, why should we let them have the stuff?
Squadron approaching at speed. Essential repairs to our singularity drive are almost complete. If you can occupy the
So it's either, yeah, I was like, it's either that one or the bottom one. There's two options of you're not getting out of here with the Borg tech.
I know. Tabby wanted to blow them up. I do miss little Q being here to yell at us.
Our scanners show more ships approaching. I hope you enjoy the spoils of your theft. Enjoy defending them from the Borg, that is.
Talus, you're lucky I don't shoot you. Get out of here.
Yeah, we don't feel very threatened.
Borg, schmorg.
Smorgasbord?
Beat me to it.
I was trying to collect things, and then it like
it's just
advanced
more
stuff.
Apparently, Talus called for help.
And we suddenly trounced them.
Oh, and apparently we're warping out.
Yeah, we should leave this system and contact Starfleet as soon as possible, sir. Horse is laid and we can depart on your command. Woohoo. So whatever happened to the Kelvin people? And I'm not talking the Kelvin timeline. In TOS, they met a group, and there's no...
The Kelvins, right? The ones that came from another galaxy.
They came from Andromeda. They could turn us into cubes of, or well, actually, I think they're like dodecahedrons of carbon. Anyway,
I don't have an answer for you. Although we have them in STO, they're the ones that gave us that castle, that haunted castle that comes around Halloween time.
Oregon Talshire, I can't... Okay, go.
I can't think of a worse combination. We knew the Tal Shiar had an interest in Borg technology, but I thought Starfleet and the Republic had put a stop to their research. Now we know that they're still working with stolen collective tech. We have to be vigilant. Thank you, Commander. This won't be your last encounter with the Borg, but I know you're ready for whatever comes next. The rewards here are nothing special.
Congratulations, Captain.
And if you happen to need a warp core, that one's not too bad.
Next mission is A Gathering Darkness. Captain, what do you know about the Borg nanovirus? The Borg aren't just assimilating individuals anymore. They've found a way to assimilate entire areas. They infect the technology, the water, the flora, even the air. After that, it's only a matter of time until the entire planet is Borg. If this process is allowed to continue unchecked, they'll assimilate the entire sector. And from there, that could assimilate the entire Federation. Starfleet had a team working on a counteragent on Omicron Kappa 2. We lost contact with them and with the entire planet. We fear that the nanovirus escaped confinement and infected the planet. We need the team, or that team, and the data they have collected. Our defense plans are useless without them. I'm sending the USS Anson to the Omicron Kappa 2 system, find the researchers and bring them back. I don't need to tell you how dangerous this is, Captain. Watch your back and good luck. And I believe this is where we meet a friend.
So we go from the Romulans are messing with Borg technology to the Borg are invading. Like that, happened quickly.
Well, they said in the intro to this stuff, if we don't stop the Romulans from messing with tech, we might see a Borg invasion. Well, apparently we didn't stop them in time.
Yeah, so this is the fallout. Now we got to deal with actual Borg. Lacy.
All right. Are we all here
Hang
and
on
ready?
one. Not yet.
Right, give
me 1 second.
I think I want to try to find my Tommy gun. Yes, I would like to claim my Tommy gun.
All right, I'll go with that for now. Hestia. I need to teach a bridge officer a new trick.
If you've noticed, I'm putting doing change protected status on. I highly recommend if you have stuff that you don't want to accidentally remove from your bags to change protected status on items.
Yeah, that can always be a helpful thing. I'll have to fix my consoles here in a little bit. I'm apologize for the viewers. This is gonna take me just a minute here. I gotta fix some things.
How dare
that one? Well, I leveled up, so I finally hit the level where I can use Surgical Strikes 3. So I had to rearrange some stuff to make it work. I had to make it go, okay?
Make it go now.
All right. That should be fixed for now. That also means a bunch of my equipment and stuff is outdated, but I'll fix that later. Gathering Darkness. I am transwarping.
Make sure once he's here, we back to because apparently because he was out of range, I was no longer matching level.
I'm here.
Rematching.
And we're ready to begin?
I'm ready.
Going.
I'm ready.
Wayoon or something.
Wayoon.
Give me warp and factor 5, 6, 7, 8.
6, 7, 8.
Omicron Kappa 2 has been largely assimilated by the Borg. They are using the planet as a hub for their ships in the area. They're sure to be aware of our presence. However, we're picking up an emergency signal from the surface. That may mean the research team has not been assimilated. If we want to send an away team down to find the research team, the first thing we have to do is apparently engage the Borg patrols that are already being engaged and find a safe location for our orbit.
They
started
drifted.
it.
I did start it, but they were drifting our way. I didn't have to use full impulse or anything.
I just bring the Badlands to them.
And we're so glad that you do.
And
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
You're fine.
Yeah, I managed to get away quick enough. I wasn't sure that was actually gonna happen.
There are no additional patrols on our sensor, sir, but we are detecting high concentration of Borg on the planet's surface. We're also picking up the energy signature of a large data node, which means the Borg have connected the entire planet to the collective. Starfleet believes that the research team can be saved and that they may have the information we need to formulate a treatment that can save multitudes from the Borg nanovirus. The away team is ready to leave on your command. And beam down. And there are no additional patrols on our sensor. What? Yeah, I said beam down, buddy. You already told me there were no patrols. That's why I said beam down. Now to find
Sir,
the research
sensors
team.
are detecting numerous Borg life signs and a few non-Borg life signs ahead. Recommend we proceed with caution.
Take that, you Borg. Oh, don't go too far. There's something here that we have to talk to.
There. Did that pop up for you?
Nope.
Okay. Thank you, Captain. Your arrival could not have been more timely. My fellow researchers are still at our camp and require your assistance. There are Borg in the area. Stay behind us. We'll handle the Borg. That's it. We can move on now.
Wait, a Borg planet has Borg on it? I would never have guessed.
What?
Sir, sensors are detecting numerous Borg life signs headed this way. Recommend we prepare to defend the area. Acknowledge, stay alert.
Here they come.
Captain, we are receiving a request for transport from the scientists on the surface. Yeah, beam them up. Get them out of here.
What are you waiting on?
And then we have to talk to our new friend, the head researcher.
Thanks for the rescue. My name is Dr. Eric Cooper.
Could we
My
just
team and I were
shoot him
researching the
now?
Borg nanovirus.
No, this is actually Cooper.
The Borg have been using
Maybe.
it to assimilate entire planets. The land, the buildings, the people. Anyway, during the course of our research, the nanovirus containment failed. The nanovirus activated and assimilated enough equipment to signal the collective. We cannot allow the Borg to continue using this nanovirus. I think we have enough data
We
to
cannot
formulate a
allow.
counteragent, but we'll need
We
to recover
cannot
from the area that's
allow.
already assimilated. That's why I stayed behind. I can get you inside the compound, but then it will be up to you to recover the data. Can I count on your assistance?
There's too much at stake to refuse.
Thank you. I'm in your
You know,
debt,
he actually
as
seems
is the
much
entire
braver
Alpha Quadrant.
here
Lead the way to the
than
force
he
field.
does later, now that I think about it.
Yeah, and he's not as whiny.
See, I think this is the mission. During the mission is when he gets changed. The alternate variant happens. I'm trying not to spoil.
I just noticed that my remodulator is grayed out, so I don't think these Borg can.
It's grayed out until you need it. I've noticed that before. It'll light up once you need it. That was some weird.
Who wakes up first? There they are.
Apparently, we're not supposed to be taking them down that fast.
Well, we did, so Cooper needs to hurry up. Oh, look, he listened to me.
I've overridden the force fields, but the Borg detected the intrusion into their systems. They'll know you're coming. Head into the facility and locate the central data node. We don't have time to search for the right files, so simply transfer all the information to your ship's computer and hold off the Borg until the transfer is complete. I'll stay here. I'd probably just get in your way.
All right, here we go. All these poor colonists.
Now, at the end, you can just race through and leave all your friends behind. That way,
One time.
That's all it takes.
I do it to the NPCs a lot, though, if I'm, being honest.
completes in 3, 1, 0. Now we get to exit the facility.
You can run if you want to. You can leave your friends behind.
Well, that hurt a little bit. Yeah, the remodulate button has not lit up.
I haven't had to remodulate myself, but yeah,
Me neither. I'm using.
We've been killing them too
Cochrane
fast.
Also, I'm using the Zephyr Cochrane shotgun.
Oh well, you're safe anyway.
Well, and I'm using the Tommy gun, so. And here we get to see a Borgified Undine.
Troops are beaming down. They're focusing
One
on
of
the
these
Borg,
days,
but
I too
they'll
will
find
own
me
a Tommy
soon.
gun.
Same here.
Or maybe that, no, he's not Borgified yet, technically. I think that's just an Undine. Soldier? Battle Master? Psi Warrior?
Psi Warrior.
Well, he looked bigger than these Psi Warriors, so. Overseer. He's an because that's.
Not to be confused with the Underseer.
And see, here's where we lose sight of Cooper and have to go catch up with them. Though we also had left him at the console right before the Undine showed up.
It looked like the Borg just abducted.
Yeah, he got swapped.
But that's pointless. Undine can't be assimilated. Unless
They
the Borg
can.
must believe they have found a way to assimilate.
Unless
Undine.
they can.
We have to stop them. There's probably too much interference to transport, but there are some pattern enhancers nearby. Those should help us get back to your ship.
So, transporters, they take it like basically like, hey, this is what the makeup of a person is. Can't they tell when someone's not who they were?
Oh, they absolutely can, except when they can't.
Yes, if the copy is good enough, the sensors won't pick it up. Remember the changelings got through transporters as well, and sensors, and even like a tricorder scan. If they were copying a person, they would show up on a tricorder scan as that person. Now, granted, the Undine use a different method to look like other species, but apparently they can also fool sensors.
Well, I'm just trying to. I know it like they use the whole transporters to break you down molecule by molecule and all that, and that's how they can basically tell. But then, it becomes a oh well, we don't want it to work for this situation because then we don't have story.
Captain, the Borg sphere is escaping with the Undine captive. If they are able to return it to the collective and assimilate it, just imagine what they can do with an Undine drone. It looks like the sphere is being pursued by an Undine ship. I forgot, when we were just down on the surface, I forgot to mention that is the location of the Delta recruit item. So before you beam up to your ship like we just did, if you are on a Delta recruit, that is where you are looking for it.
And up here is where you would get the temporal probe.
Yeah. Be out here in space somewhere. We should be able to see it, though. Oh, is this the one? Is this the one that's kind of hard to find?
Probably.
Yeah, I think I just saw it.
With our powers combined, you are an exploded planet.
Who needs a Death Star? So this begs the question of why do they need planet killers? The Borg sphere has gone to warp, sir, followed by an Undine ship. I was able to isolate their warp signature. We should be able to follow their trail. We should report back to Starfleet and then follow them. I never imagined the Undine would destroy an entire world to prevent the spread of the Borg. Many lives were lost here today, Captain, but even more were saved.
Huh, is that it over there?
Oh.
I have been unable to locate where this temporal probe is.
They need
but it is supposed to be out here somewhere.
They need to be better about making that obvious.
I thought it was over by the planet, but I was unable to find it. All right, so that's our hour, although this mission didn't take as long as the other one.
Nope. So at the once, are you still searching for it, or are you just doing?
I am searching for it. I want to try something real quick. If I can get these two anomalies out of the way, I want to see if I can scan for it.
I'll read the final thing while you're searching.
Yeah, go for it.
You recovered much of the data related to the counteragent to the Borg nanovirus, and with the planet now destroyed, hopefully the Borg did not have an opportunity to adapt to it. The Borg will adapt in time, of course. We must stay on one step ahead of them. Again, the rewards aren't super great, in my opinion. I always have liked the polyalloy weave armor if you don't have good armor.
Congratulations, Captain.
And then the next one is assimilation, which we will do next time.
That is the last one? Or is there only 3 in this arc?
There's also fluid dynamics after
so
assimilation.
We'll have 2 of them. Okay. And this next one offers a more interesting reward. Okay. Thank you guys for joining us. Monday we'll be playing on the KDF side unless any of our viewers want to tag along and have a request for us. Even if you don't have a request, you're still welcome to tag along. We'll just be running some TFOs. And next week we will be finishing up the Borg Advance storyline. As always, I will see you out there.
Have fun, be safe, and don't set yourselves on fire.
Live long and prosper, everybody, and hopefully we will catch you Monday. Monday.
Monday.
Yes. Live long and prosper. Have a great night. Bye.